Hey, it's Jess from Life with Elijah. As you can see, we're in the kitchen, and that's because for my very first video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make homemade bread. So the bread that we're going to be making today is a honey and oat bread. It's just got a little bit of honey, so it just has a touch of sweetness. This recipe was initially given to me from a friend who uses a bread machine to make her bread. Now I don't have one, so I've just adjusted it, tweaked it a little bit so that it can be made from hand, by hand, with your hands.
Okay, so to make this recipe, you're going to need 3/4 cup of oats, 350 ml of warm water, 1 sachet of yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of honey, 320 grams of plain flour, 320 grams of wholemeal flour, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil.
Okay, so to start with, you're going to combine all of your dry ingredients into a mixing bowl. Now I'm using the mixing bowl that comes with my standalone mixer, but if you're doing this by hand, any old mixing bowl will do. Once you've got all of the dry ingredients into the mixing bowl, I just like to whisk it all together to make sure it's thoroughly combined. Okay, so then to your warm water, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of honey. And then you can just stir that until all of the honey is dissolved. Okay, so once the honey is all dissolved, you can add it to your dry mixture. And stir to combine. Okay, so once you've stirred it in, you can see it does look a little bit dry, and you might think that you need to add a bit more liquid, but just work it with your hands a little bit, pick it all up, squish it all together, and it will turn into a really nice dough. Then what you want to do is shape it into a ball, put it back in the bowl, cover it, and let it sit for 10 minutes. Okay, the dough has been sitting for about 10 minutes. We're now going to begin kneading it, and we need to knead it for 10 minutes. Okay, so once it's finished kneading, this is what it should look like. Now you're going to want to take it out of the bowl, oil the bowl down a little bit, replace the dough back into the bowl, cover, and let it sit somewhere warm and dry for half an hour. Okay, so that's been sitting for half an hour, and it's about doubled in size. I don't think that you can really tell on camera, but it's quite a bit bigger. So what we're going to do now is sprinkle some oats onto the bench, place the dough onto the bench, and form it into a rectangle. Okay, so once you have your dough into a rectangle, you're going to roll it up like this. Tuck in the sides and put it into your prepared bread tin. Now, if it doesn't fit, just kind of squish it in there. Now we're going to place it, we're going to cover it again and put it back in our dry, warm spot for another half an hour. Okay, so our dough has been resting for half an hour, and as you can see, it has risen beautifully. It's a really nice shape. So now it's time to cook it. We're going to put it into a cold oven, turn the oven on, set it to 200 degrees Celsius, and cook it for 20 minutes. Then we're going to turn the dough 180 degrees and cook it for a further 15 minutes. Okay, so it's just come out of the oven. It smells really good. I'm going to let it cool down a little, then slice it up. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Bye guys!